But as has been the case throughout Red Sox history, as one hero was making his departure, another one was waiting in the wings. Nomar. He was on a first-name basis with Red Sox fans almost from the moment he arrived. But nobody was ready for what Nomar Garciaparra would do in his first full campaign.
Sends this one deep to left field. It is going. It is gone. A home run for Garciaparra.
When he came up to the big leagues in 1997, I knew we had something special when I called Ted Williams one day. And Ted said, "Hey, let me ask you about that kid shortstop you guys brought up, Garciaparra." I said, "Yeah." Ted said to me, he said, "He reminds me of somebody, but I can't quite put my finger on it." So about 2 weeks later, after watching Nomar perform, and he did real well when he first came up to the big leagues, Ted calls me up out of the blue, and I get on the phone, and he doesn't even say hello. He just blurts out, "DiMaggio." The style, the grace, the legs, the way he swings the bat, the way the bat hits the ball just about every time he swings. He said, "The kid shortstop reminds me of DiMaggio."
Garciaparra had one of the greatest rookie seasons in baseball history. He belted 30 home runs and drove in just under 98 runs as a leadoff hitter. Nomar's outstanding offense was matched only by his glorious glove work.
That's a tough play, a spinner to short. Nomar, a great play.
If you say Nomar, you say, I paid my money to watch him. I'll put him right up there with the best players in the game, if not the best.
Pedro Martinez has shared the Red Sox marquee with Nomar since 1998. Martinez has provided Red Sox fans with the pleasure of seeing an ace pitcher at the top of his game.
He's one of the best ever, if not the best ever. I know every fifth day when he pitches, I'm a fan just like anybody else. If you've never been in Fenway Park, the day he pitches, the atmosphere is taken to another level. People ask me all the time, do I learn anything from him? I don't, because he's got 3 pitches that I don't have, and so every fifth day I'm a fan.
For 6 days in July of 1999, there was a love affair between a sport, a team, and a city. And as in any such relationship, there was honor. The honor for the Boston Red Sox to host the 70th All-Star Game and the last of the 20th century. Every day around Boston and at Fenway Park during All-Star Week was new, fresh, and exciting.
This one could be all the way to Meade.
The All-Star Game shared top billing with another Ted Williams flair for the dramatic. That came when he was introduced as a member of the All-Century team.
Please welcome the greatest hitter that ever lived, number 9, Hall of Famer, baseball legend, Ted Williams.
Although he played in a different era, during a time when ball players left their gloves on the field between innings, the 1999 All-Stars, knowing they were in the presence of a legend, spontaneously yet reverently approached the greatest hitter who ever lived. It was obvious that Ted Williams basked in the moment. It turns out that John Updike was wrong. Gods do answer letters. It just takes a while for the message to come home.
It was just a very, very proud moment to be part of baseball in Boston. And I was so proud of how our people did that day. You know, not just in putting on the game and producing the show. The flyby was terrific. But in the way that Pedro Martinez performed, I mean, that was just awesome. You know, Pedro was out there on a mission, and he was going to show that he was the greatest pitcher in baseball. And the way he got to be MVP was by dominating every single batter that came up to the plate. And it was just extraordinary to watch.
Swung on and missed. Throw down Rodriguez. He got him. Strike him out, throw him out, double play.
Martinez's 1999 season was one of the best in baseball history. He struck out 313 opponents. His 23 wins and 2.07 ERA earned Martinez the pitching Triple Crown and the first of 2 consecutive Cy Young Awards with the Red Sox. The highlight of the regular season was a one-hit, 17-strikeout masterpiece that even captivated Yankee fans.
Pedro winds, he kicks, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three! Pedro Martinez has pitched the one-hitter.
And then there was the deciding game of the 1999 American League Divisional Series. With the Red Sox trailing 5-2 in the top of the third inning, the Indians walked Nomar Garciaparra to load the bases. Troy O'Leary would make them regret that decision.
The pitch. Swing and a shot deep to right center. Way back! Way back! Grand slam! Troy O'Leary. First ball swinging.
The teams continued to pile on runs, but in the fourth inning, and the score tied at 8, an ailing Pedro Martinez made a show-stopping entrance from the bullpen.
When he came out of that bullpen, it was an eerie feeling in the ballpark, because Jacobs Field, which is really one of the loudest stadiums in the American League, especially for outdoor facilities, they saw him come in and they went silent. And I think that they feared Pedro at that moment, as if to say, uh-oh, he's back, we're in trouble. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened.
The fearsome Indians were powerless against Pedro. As the game moved into the seventh inning, the Red Sox bats had cooled as well. When the Indians intentionally walked Nomar, Troy O'Leary made them pay again.
Swing and a drive deep to right. Way back. This ball is gone. They did it again.
O'Leary's homer was more than enough cushion for Pedro, who did not allow a hit over 6 innings of relief.
Pedro Martinez, the best pitcher in baseball, has pitched 6 no-hit innings in relief.
The performance was perfect. He didn't allow a hit. He pitched 6 no-hit innings and got the last out and won the ball game. And I remember being in the clubhouse afterward and telling him that I thought it was the most heroic thing I'd ever seen on an athletic field, and the smile of satisfaction he had on his face was priceless.
But the Red Sox had completed their last courageous comeback. Even though they would lose to the Yankees in the championship series, the 1999 baseball season was a special one. The first Red Sox season of the 21st century was highlighted by superstar performances from Pedro Martinez and Nomar Garciaparra. Nomar continued to enhance his reputation as a premier player by devastating opposing pitchers. After flirting with the magical 400 mark for much of the season, he finished the year with a league-leading .372 batting average.
I heard a fan yell at me and just said, "Nomar, 398, come on, let's go." And I kind of just chuckled to myself, and I kind of like just turned around, and the fan was dead serious. And I was like, wow, and I couldn't believe it, and I was like, you know, it's here, it's at the, you know, pretty much the end of July, August, and I'm like, I figured, you know, 398, around 400, that's pretty good. I figured I'm doing all right this year. But I guess the moral of the story is that I went home and I go, and I couldn't believe, I was like, man, these fans are killing me for batting 398. And at the same time, I was also thankful that they get on me for batting, you know, 398, just saying that, you know what, they love the game, they expect a lot out of you, and I expect a lot out of myself as well. And you know what, they're passionate about it, you know, they're never satisfied like I'm not. And I said, you know, just win a World Series and they won't care what I hit.
He became the first right-handed hitter to lead the league in hitting in consecutive seasons since Joe DiMaggio, 60 years earlier. In the second game of the 2001 season, Hideo Nomo, in his Red Sox debut, went into the ninth inning against the Baltimore Orioles with a chance to join the Red Sox no-hit club. The 2001 season also saw the emergence of Trot Nixon as a Red Sox player whose future had arrived.
The great thing about Trot Nixon is that he's ready to play every day, and he gives his best effort to Red Sox fans day in and day out. You see him diving for balls. You see him up there battling at the plate, grinding it out. The gritty performance day in and day out is really special, and that's why he's so popular with our fans.
Clearly a fearless player, Nixon achieved hero status in 2000 when he drove in the game's only runs against Roger Clemens, a new nemesis in pinstripes. And as had been the case with Nomar and Pedro before, Red Sox fans experienced a love at first sight with a king-size free agent prize, Manny Ramirez. In his first season with the Red Sox, Ramirez's 125 RBIs proved he is an absolute RBI machine. He also smashed some of the longest home runs of all time.
And Manny hits another bomb to left. Where will this one land? Into the 500 level. And way up into it.
Red Sox believers feel that in their future, there potentially resides another 400 hitter, another RBI and home run champion, and a pitcher capable of winning more Cy Young awards. Throughout New England, love and hope spring eternal for the Red Sox. It has always been that way, and it will always be that way.